Hi, I'm Dave Epstein. Welcome to this edition of Growing Wisdom, and today we're talking chrysanthemums. This is one of my chrysanthemums. A little bit of a quick story here. I was at a garden. It was a public garden, and I took a tiny little piece of this. All right, I'm admitting it. And it was literally a little root, basically like that. And I brought it home and I planted it. And the thing about chrysanthemums is they can run under the ground. So I knew by getting this tiny little piece like this, I would end up eventually with a pretty nice plant. And that's the great thing about chrysanthemums. They will spread. It's also the not so great thing about them. You need to give them room to grow. Let's walk up to this chrysanthemum I have right by the walkway, and you can see it likes to flop a little bit here. Beautiful white. I love the white in the fall. It's one of the things I really enjoy in the garden. And I just want to show you the foliage here. It's kind of a little bit of a waxy type of a leaf, very low growing. The flower comes up late summer and then blooms in early fall. So you get this ground cover effect here, and then you end up with the flowers kind of going above the ground cover. Now that's one particular chrysanthemum. There's many, many different varieties out here. And as I said, since this particular chrysanthemum is from an unknown source, I don't know the name of it. But when you look for chrysanthemums, look at how the habitat is going to grow. Is it a tall chrysanthemum? Is it a lower growing one? Let's show you a taller one. And this one is Sheffield. I'm going to go over to another part of the garden here. And here's Sheffield. Now this is not in bloom. It's sort of a salmon pink color. When it does open up, you can almost see a little bit of a tinge of color there. This will open up later, obviously. So we're in early October filming this. And this is a taller chrysanthemum. So this chrysanthemum running about 2.5 feet tall. Spreads very nicely. I almost lost this a couple of winters ago to a very cold winter, and also some critters, probably voles or something like that, ate most of this. But I saved a little piece, and quickly a year later it has come back with a vengeance. So this will look really good in another couple of weeks. So chrysanthemums are great for the late fall or mid-fall kind of garden. This will bloom right up through November. If we don't have a lot of very cold weather, it will continue into November. If it gets super cold, it can get blasted a little bit. And I also sometimes cover these up if I find it's going to be under about 28 degrees or so. Another thing about chrysanthemums, here's another variety. Again, we're on October 3rd here and hasn't even flowered yet. Hasn't opened up yet, is they need full sun. If you put them in an area where they don't get a lot of sun, then they are going to flop, and that's not going to be good. So you want to give them 6 hours of sun or more. If they get too big, just kind of in the spring divide them or pare them back a little bit. This is kind of taking over this little area. You can see I've got some roses over here. So what I try to do is have succession flowers as the roses fade away. These chrysanthemums will pop up. There you have it. Chrysanthemums, a wonderful plant for the fall garden. Lots of color, lots of different types to choose from, and they do come back every year. For Growing Wisdom, I'm Dave Epstein.